As you can see just in the background, it is a very, very, very beautiful white birch, white bark. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am out in the country and I'm going to be talking about leaves. We have about, I don't know, 10 different types of trees on the property here, and I don't know much about trees. I'd like to educate myself more so I can educate my daughter. Going around identifying the trees for you and just showing you the leaf and the leaf shape of each tree, and then afterwards I definitely want to take all the leaves that I picked today and put them in just a little scrapbook just so I can identify them easily for myself and for Heidi in the coming years to teach her about all the different trees that we have on our property. I'll try my best to educate you guys as well as obviously educate myself. But before we get into it, I just want to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me and I'll be greatly appreciated. Also, follow me over on my Instagram where I'm active daily with lots more content. Alright, let's jump into it. The first one that I'm going to talk about is just this little tree that we have when you drive into our property. It is called a maple tree. It is a variety of maple tree. I'm just unsure as to which one it is. We actually just planted this one maybe, I think this is its second year. And what I like about this tree and why I got it is because in the fall time, as you can see, the leaves turn a really pretty red, and all of the leaves will eventually do this. Like I said, this is a maple tree, which is what is on our national flag. Another fun thing that we kind of do with this tree is when it does lose all of its leaves, we like to spray paint it white, as you can see. Game of Thrones reference. So if you know that reference, then let me know in the comments down below. So right beside the little maple tree, we have a very large Manitoba maple tree. If you ask anyone in Manitoba, they will call this a Manitoba maple tree, although this tree is found all over North America, so I doubt it's called a Manitoba maple anywhere else. And there are multiple leaves on one small branch. You can also successfully make maple syrup out of these trees. This tree is dying, but we have not cut it down as of yet because it is actually David's favorite tree on the property. This is what a Manitoba maple looks full grown. These three trees here that are south facing have actually been here for maybe over 50 years, and as you can see, they are way taller than the house. Here we have a very, very, very large linden tree. This tree as well is very old. It was planted long time ago, and a way to identify this tree is with the leaves being a little bit heart-shaped. This tree does turn beautiful yellow and orange as it starts turning into the fall and winter season. It also flowers in the springtime. I love this tree a lot during the season because of the pretty colors that it can give you. Also, you can make tea from this tree as well if you were adventurous and you really love tea. This is a elm tree. I love how it's starting to turn yellow over here. If you've ever heard of Dutch elm disease, this is where that disease came from. They are going extinct in the United Kingdom, or they have already, and personally we just aren't a huge fan of these trees. For us, they grow like weeds. They grow in your sidewalk cracks. They drop hundreds, thousands of little seeds, which is just really irritating personally. A way to identify these leaves is they are a longer, narrow shaped leaf, and the edges are a little bit serrated like a knife. So that is an indication that this would be an elm tree. I love the colors that are changing on a lot of our trees at this time of year, and that's why I'm doing this video now. Here we have a ash tree, similar to the Manitoba maple, but there are actually more leaves on the segregations to a Manitoba maple. So this is a Manitoba maple and this is the ash tree. So there's only a few leaves on each segregation, and on this guy there is many more leaves on each segregation. Gorgeous. Just for fun, we have this, what we believe is a horse chestnut tree. This came to our property years and years and years ago, probably in 1983, by a relative from Germany who brought it over. It isn't that big. Like I said, 1983, so it's almost 40 years old and it hasn't grown very much. I absolutely love the leaves on this plant. They remind me of a tropical type plant, similar to the umbrella plant in my opinion. We are zone 3, so we're not even sure how this plant survives here. But we're very happy that it does. Here, tucked away in the corner of the property, is a very huge, massive oak tree. I will get closer to look at the leaves, but this tree probably has been here for over 100 years at least. These are very hardy trees. Being in zone 3, they are on the cusp of living here. They grow acorns, so the squirrels absolutely love them. And these are probably my favorite leaf shape. Let's go check it out. Here is the leaf itself. I think it's very gorgeous and very distinguishable. I guess kind of looks like an arrow. And this is, again, fall time, so they do turn a very beautiful, beautiful color in the fall. So here we have some evergreen spruce trees. Here in our climate, these are the trees that we use as Christmas trees. They are very pokey and you want to be careful around them, but very pretty at the same time. And then similar to the one that we just saw, this is a Colorado blue evergreen tree. As you can see, it obviously gets its name from the blue hue that it has. Having the same spiky type leaves, this plant is definitely a cute little statement piece in your yard. Next up we have the poplar tree. This is a tree that grows very fast and quickly and then dies pretty quick. This little group of trees are a more immature tree, so they are just a little bit younger. And then just panning over slowly here, we have some larger poplar trees, which are a lot more mature. This particular tree will lose its leaves first when the fall comes. And as you can see, they're all over my yard. I will try my best to get a photograph of these very pretty trees. Here are what the leaves look like. As you can see, even as the leaves are falling and the tree is shedding its leaves, the leaves are absolutely stunning and gorgeous, as if it was summertime. Even more so with the different colors and shades. Here are a few very small immature poplars. They spread by the roots underground, and over here you can see one that has fallen down. And for your information, a poplar is a beaver's favorite snack. This is a chokecherry tree. This is probably one of the only ones that we have on the property. It is quite small to identify this leaf. Again, it has the serrated edges, but a lot smaller serrated edges, and it is a wider leaf. This is usually what it looks like throughout the summer, and then as it turns into fall, it turns a beautiful red color. How gorgeous is that? The fruit that grows on this tree are edible, but very, 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 very bitter. Some people will make pie, chokecherry wine, or chokecherry jam. They have a pit in the middle, but if you eat them just on their own without adding any sugar, they're extremely bitter. Here we have a couple wild plum trees. The leaf color in the fall is similar to the one that I just showed you, the chokecherry, which is a stunning red, orange, yellow color. But to definitely tell this tree apart from the chokecherry are these. The tree is covered in little thorns, so if you brush up against it, it will hurt you. So you want to be very careful around this tree. But when you harvest it, it gives you delicious, delicious fruit that you can make pie, jam, wine, or anything, or just eat them. Here we have a very, very, very pretty, I keep saying that about all these trees, a cedar tree. Carpenters used to like using this type of wood because the ants stay away from it. Absolutely love the colors on this tree, the greens. It's so gorgeous. It has a distinctive smell, which is sweet and very nice if you wanted to cut a branch off and make it a decoration in your home. This is definitely even just a very nice front door decoration or any type of, even if you're having a wedding in the winter or the fall, this is a definite beautiful option for that. The leaves are much different than the broadleaf leaves that I've been showing you, so it should be very easy to pick this guy out of any tree. This is a birch bark tree. As you can see just in the background, it is a very beautiful white bark. I actually have some in my hand right now. This is pretty much how you can tell that this is a birch bark tree, by the trunk and how white this is, and this just kind of peels off. Fortunately, this is probably the only tree that we have on our property, and it's probably one of our favorite trees, especially now when the leaves are turning a gorgeous color and the gorgeous standout of the bark itself. This is actually another type of poplar tree. This is actually such a gorgeous tree. This one has more dark leaves, and then the vine veins in the middle are like a lighter color, and just like, what a stunning photo. Like, look at the contrast with the yellow and orange leaves in the background, even the red. Oh, such a stunning photo. This is also just another variety of poplar, and the leaves like to flutter in the wind, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that in just one moment. This here is what we call a Karagama tree. They don't grow that tall, they grow about 10 feet, and again, a very distinctive leaf. They have these little clusters of very small leaves, and all in all, just a very gorgeous, cute little tree to have on your property. Again, we are zone 3, so be in mind when I'm showing you all of these trees. So there are many different types of wild apple trees on the property, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a slow-mo and show you the colors and types that we have growing on the yard. I hope you learned a little something with me. I know I definitely did. I can't wait to take the leaves from these trees, put them in a scrapbook, and make a little knowledge key for the trees that we have in our yard for me and Heidi for the years to come. If you made it this far, please let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite tree was, and if you have any of these trees on your property at your home. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel because it will mean the world to me. Until next time, XOXO, MS.